Stephen C. Productions.
It's called site architecture. Really, all that is just making sure you have links on your site, links on your page. That's all it is.
Hello and welcome to episode 1 of Talking from Experience. My name is Stephen and I am your host. Today I'll be talking with my friend David. I don't know if I should be calling him an expert, but he definitely knows a whole lot more than I do about internet marketing, search engine optimization, and a bunch of stuff that I find interesting but don't have the wherewithal within me to actually learn how to do. So hey, thanks for checking out the show. I really appreciate it. Let me know you're listening. Hit me up on social media. Subscribe to the show. Hey, give me a rating. Honest reviews. I appreciate them greatly. I appreciate all feedback. So without further ado, let's get to it. Man, they don't have Mitsubishis anymore, huh?
No, I think Mitsubishi's still around, isn't it?
Not Mitsubishi. I'm thinking Pontiac.
Oh, Pontiac. Yeah, no, I don't think they're around anymore. Did somebody buy them out or something, or did they
Yeah, I think somebody did buy them out.
Chrysler or something like that, or they just went under Chrysler or something like that? I don't know. I can't remember.
Probably, because I've seen some cars that look like them, but it's not the same emblem. I knew somebody. They had a Pontiac Diamante. It was a hatchback.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. The what's it called? The stereo had equalizers, not like faders on it.
Whoa, really? What?
Yeah, and it was only a cassette deck.
Wow, what? Wait, so was that like from the manufacturer, or was that like an add-on somebody put?
Oh, it looked like it was stock.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, because it was built into the to like the molding of the dashboard.
oh, you know what else? It was those the ones that were named after the planets. Mercury. Mercury was one. Saturn, that's another one.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Dude, there's some old ass cars. Definitely don't see those around, or at least I don't. My folks used to have a Mercury too. It was a van.
That's cool.
Yeah, actually, that's the vehicle I actually learned how to drive in. Was that car? Was a van. Yeah, maybe those cars got around because they weren't doing SEO properly or something. Is that a good segue in there?
I mean, what would have been SEO like back in the 80s? Like there wasn't a thing, right? Or would it just be like anything that makes headlines in the papers? Or
No, no, I don't think so. No, that's no, I doubt it because I think that was before even inbound marketing. That's more like outbound marketing, what they were probably utilizing back then. Whenever Mercury or Saturn or Pontiac was in their heyday, whenever they were at their peak, I doubt like inbound, any type of inbound marketing, whether it's SEO or something else, was even like invented. Because I mean, in order to have like SEO, you need the internet.
right?
Yeah, actually, literally would not exist without the internet. It's kind of the whole point of SEO. You would pretty much need the internet for it.
Yeah, you need sites to begin with.
Yeah, for that, in order to optimize your site for the first results rankings. But yeah, inbound marketing is advertising online. So like online digital advertising. And then outbound marketing is basically the old school type of advertising. So that would be outbound marketing would be like newspaper, radio, billboards, that type of stuff. And then inbound marketing would be the more newer online digital forms of marketing. That would be SEO being one of them, PPC, social media, email marketing, and I'm sure some other stuff as well. There's probably some other things, and even some stuff within those as well. But that would be inbound marketing. That would be the difference between both of them.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I'm more familiar with inbound marketing, which is just another way I think of saying digital marketing.
I understand that there's different types of SEO.
Well, there's different parts of it, really. Search engine marketing, which, like we mentioned, that or like I mentioned, that falls under the inbound marketing umbrella.
Right.
Well, what it is basically SEO. What that is, it's the process and manipulation of improving your site's ranking on Google or on any search engine. The first ranking on the SERP page of a search engine. So that's what it is. And SERP just means search engine results page. So that's the page that you get. So if you look up something on Google, that page that's a SERP. That's the search engine results page, because there's many other pages. Although most people just look at the first one, right? We're probably not gonna go through every single page of Google.
I remember a time when I would go to the second, third, fourth page of Google, but I think it's just it's improved so much that I don't think it's even necessary to do that anymore.
Yeah, I used to too as well, especially younger. When I didn't really know what the internet was. We're basically just learning about Google and stuff. Um, yeah, I would too. Or now I do as well. I'll look at the other pages on Google. Mostly because that's where my website is at. That's where the website I'm trying to rank goes to. No, yeah, I used to too, and I think a lot of people probably don't as well. I think most of them just stay on the first page as well, because, like you mentioned, it's so great. You ask it a question or a query, as we would say in SEO, and most times than not, like 9 times out of 10, your answer is going to be there, on the first page.
So who benefits the most from SEO? Would it be the companies or would it be the consumer as well?
They both do, but I think sometimes some companies or some businesses and within those businesses and companies, they would have their own SEO specialists. And I think they try to make SEO, or try to take or utilize SEO kind of for their business, or just for the ranking, just to get, on the first page and then get the first position on the first page, rather than trying to optimize it for the person or for the user, the visitor, the person who's looking for it. But yeah, they both benefit. Both the businesses and users would benefit from SEO. Granted, if it's done right, like we were saying, sometimes you type something into Google or really any search engine, but we focus on Google because it's the majority one. It's the most primary search engine that's out there, the most popular one. Yeah, sometimes you'll type something in and you could get your answer just like right there, right up top, and it's just in this like little box, and it says tells you you have your question and then you have your answer right there, and sometimes in bolded text, and it's like, oh, awesome, great, and then you just close your browser and then you leave, and that's good because that really benefits the user, right? That benefits the person searching for that keyword, for that query, or whatever it is they're searching for. But like we said, Google is getting so good that now that person, once they have that answer, what's their next step? Most times they're just going to leave. There's like, oh, awesome, that answers my question, which is great, which is good. But then they leave. Now there's no point in going to your website. There's no point in clicking on the link because I just got my answer. So why am I going to, invest any more time in there? So it's kind of like a double-edged sword, So it benefits both, but sometimes some SEOs may think it's like, oh, I don't want to make it too good, because if it's too good, then Google could get the snippet there and just display the answer. And really, they want them to go to their site. They want to click on the link and go on there. Yeah, it's it's a double-edged sword sometimes, and it's complicated because it's like you do want to help the user, but you also want to help your company, your business, your website.
Right. And it's kind of like it's almost an art of like leaving them wanting more.
Yeah. That's kind of I think that's kind of the goal sometimes, especially if they're looking at like your title tag, or your description. Kind of want to give them a description, and then that may want them to seek more. It's like, oh, let me click on this and read the rest of this.
Yeah, and I believe that the search engines they're developing AI that's getting good at detecting when someone is optimizing solely for the purpose of ranking and less to help the user.
Yeah, and they've been doing that. They've kind of been doing that since they first started, especially Google, who has just so much information, just so much data, to work with. In fact, Yeah, now I think it's I'm not too familiar with the term, or I think it was called rank brain when Google was utilizing something called rank brain, which was and introducing something called semantic search, so where Google's AI, their AI crawlers could actually understand what you're typing in, like what the person is typing in, understand um, your your content on your site. It could understand that, so they're making it so it's getting more and more intelligent, and they can kind of so now you pretty much have to be careful. You have to really make sure it's genuine, make sure it's legit, the content that you're putting on your website. But yeah, Google. I think Google even says I was reading this. Where did I read this? Was it Search Engine Journal or Search Engine Journal? I forgot where I read this, but AI content, AI generated content actually goes against Google's guidelines. I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it actually goes. Yeah, it's. I think it's prohibited. Like you're not supposed to use it. It goes against their ranking factors and their guidelines and all that stuff. Some folks still do it though. I mean, also, I mean, it's so the internet is so vast, so it's like I don't know if they're gonna catch every single website that's utilizing that. I mean, that's not to say like you can't do that. You still can. It's just that will affect your rankings. Your rankings in the search engine.
Where does podcasting fit in SEO? Does it even? From my understanding, Google indexes spoken content in podcasts, and if you have a podcast up on your website, or if you have a podcast in the Google Podcast app, they index what you talk about.
Oh, really? Damn, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they transcribe your conversation. So if you bring up a certain point, your podcast might come up in the search results.
Oh, wow. Well, that's really cool. I didn't even know that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Look at that.
mid 2010s, I believe they started implementing that.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. Wow. So would they rank like actual audio, or would they like how does that oh well, I mean, I don't know. To what extent do you know, like how would that work?
It seems like it's kind of on the back end. So they won't show you like a transcription of what the person said on the podcast, but they do rank the episode. So they say to kind of manipulate, well, not manipulate, but kind of create your episode titles centered around what the search query might be.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So they're probably like crawling like your audio. They're probably listening to like the actual audio. Then I'm guessing maybe they're going in there that file and then actually listening and actually understanding what you're actually talking about, what that audio is actually saying.
Yeah, that I believe that's it. They're crawling through the audio, and then if your title matches the search query, then it can rank based on the conversation that you had.
Wow, that's really cool. Dang, I didn't even know about that. I want to look into that now. Actually, now that I mention, now that I say it out loud, I'm like, can they even do that? Like, can they actually play an audio and then listen to it and understand it? But yeah, dang, now I want to look into that a little bit more. I didn't even know about that. When you said manipulating, then you try to correct it yourself. It's like, well, not manipulate, but it's like, well, technically, kind of all SEO is pretty much manipulation. You're pretty much manipulating it. So pretty much all. That's why when I said what is SEO, and I said it's improving and manipulating your site to rank number one on the search engine or rank on the first page of a search engine. That's actually true. It's actually you are manipulating because any manipulation to your site, like using Google's ranking factors, is considered technically manipulating. But some folks call don't refer to like the regular things of SEO, like optimizing a site as manipulation. They refer to it as optimizing. It's like, oh, I'm not manipulating the site, I'm optimizing it. It's like, oh, right, okay.
I'm gonna use that if I ever start a cult. I'm not manipulating people, I'm optimizing them.
Yeah. Oh man, that's funny.
I'm optimizing them for a better world.
Yes, just as I'm optimizing this drink for them. Okay, it's like it's like really you're optimizing, so you didn't just put cyanide in that Kool-Aid. No, no, I'm optimizing it. No,
You can go ahead and find out for
that's
yourself.
funny. Yeah, it's your get out of jail free card right there. I don't think that would really hold up in court. um,
So what's local SEO?
so that refers to, or that pertains to map result the map results. So when you type something into Google, if you're on your phone and you type something in, usually something like that has a zip code or a address or a city, something like that. Or if you ever use near me, something near me, you're gonna get the local pack. And so that's the map, and it'll show you the little red pins, the little red dots with all the local businesses there. And I'm sure you've seen them. A lot of people have seen them. Usually when they search for something such as something near me or with a zip code or with a city or a town, you're going to get that. So SEO for local is for your local businesses with a location. So if you have a physical location, like a brick and mortar store, yeah, that's going to be referring to that type of business.
Okay, well, it's they've been doing a real good job because I don't even go on like Google and stuff to look for stuff anymore. I open the maps on my iPhone and I
Mhm.
type in whatever I need and it shows me the nearest location. Like today I was looking for a place to replace the glass on my on our vehicle
Oh yeah,
and
yeah. Ouch.
I just open up the maps and type in auto glass
Yeah,
real quick.
yeah, and it shows you all the businesses, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's local SEO basically. And again, that's a business with a physical location. So you would set up your Google business profile, and then you would verify your location if you have one. I think you can do it without one. If I'm not mistaken, I think you can do it, but instead of instead of like a pin, like a little pin, a little red pin, I think yours would just be like a red outline of the area you service or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah, you just set up your business profile, and then you would type in your address, and then you would verify. So then Google will send you like a code, and then you give them the code, and so they know like, oh, okay, that is your address for your business.
So I'm assuming technical SEO would pertain to like strictly online businesses.
With your website, kind of. So like on page SEO. Or I was talking about on page SEO. That's like this, and I didn't really get into that much, but that's like the content, basically all the content that's on your site. Um, Technical SEO would be kind of like the stuff you don't see. That would be some people call it like the foundation of your website. It'd be like the foundation,
Mhm.
like in the good foundation. If you have good technical SEO, yeah. So technical SEO would include your internal links, your internal linking, or as they call it, site architecture, making it sound all technical and difficult and all smart and hard. And it's like, whoa, that must be hard to learn site architecture. It's just your internal linking. That's all it is. All that is, it's called site architecture. Really, all that is just making sure you have links on your site, links on your page. That's all it is. and just and it's making sure that the links on your site go to other relevant pages, on your website, and making sure that the links on your site, or I mean, the pages on your site aren't more than 3 clicks deep. To get if I want to go to a certain page on your website, it should take me 3 clicks or less. You don't want anything that takes even more than 3 clicks, because that makes it difficult for Google to crawl your website. If you have like, if you got to click and then click, kind of think of it like as a real person, like was actually having to click could go to that page, and they got to click, like 10 times. That would be very difficult. It's like, oh, do I even really want to go to that page now? It's like, so it's like making sure pages on your website don't need more than like, at the max 3 clicks. and that's site architecture. That's basically what it is. I mean, there could be some other more nuanced, more difficult things on there. I mean, for the most part, that's pretty much what I know about it. Another thing is, especially when you're talking about technical SEO, is the UX or page experience. So this would be the site speed. So does your site load fast? Another thing is when the site loads, is content and text shifting all around the web page as it loads, making sure that the content loads quick. It's not taking forever to load. Like if it's loading an image. Another thing is the no index tags on your site. Are you familiar with no index?
No, not at all.
Okay, no index. So basically, all that is so if you no index a page on your site, it's preventing Google from crawling that page. So Google won't know that page exists. So that falls under technical SEO. So you're making sure you have all your pages that are indexed, like a blog post. You want to make sure it's indexed so Google can know it's there and it can crawl it. And that way it can, analyze all that information there on the search engine if it's relevant, if it's applicable. Yeah, and then, but not every page needs to be indexed. Maybe there's some pages where you don't want Google to, crawl that or to be able to access it and put it on the search engine.
So, what would be an example of a page that you wouldn't index?
Like a thank you page. That would be a perfect example. So, like, let's say you're offering something and I have to, like sign up. Like if I'm signing up for a newsletter, an email thing, really anything, that would provide me to signing up and submitting. Let's say I got to submit my email, right, or a message or something, and then I click submit. Or it could also be if you're purchasing something, like maybe I'm I don't know, buying some shoes or buying buying a better microphone. Maybe I'm buying a better microphone, and once I click on that, I get brought to a thank you page, right? It says, "Oh, thank you for signing up," or "Thank you for making your purchase," right?
Yeah.
So that page obviously has a URL. That would be an example where you don't want Google to index that page, right? Because it's just a thank you page. Why does that need to be indexed? Why does that need to be able to go to the search engine? So if I go to Google, there's actually a way I can see all the pages that that your website has. So if that thank you page is indexable, then that means it's able to be shown on the search engine. But that would be an example where it doesn't matter. It's just a thank you page. It doesn't need to be indexed. Whereas, like, say we have let's say we have an article about the best portable microphones or something. I don't know. That would be so that page, that URL, that would be one where we want to make sure it's indexed because we want to be able Google to crawl that and then show that on Google, show that on the search engine. That would be it. So that page would be indexed. And so those things that falls under technical SEO.
I think we pretty much
We
covered it.
touched on backlinks a little.
Yeah. So backlinks would be links from other websites to your website, right?
Yes, yeah. It would be. But I want to know, not any website though. You don't want any website linking to your website though. You want to have. You should first check if you have any backlinks in the first place. If it's a new site or a smaller business, it probably may not though. Which in that case, you may want to reach out to get backlinks. But yeah, it's basically, and that's considered off-page SEO. So that's off-page SEO. When we talk about backlinks, you're talking about off-page SEO. That's basically, as far as I know, off-page SEO is just backlinks. That's all it is. Which again, like I said, I'm pretty certain is the number one ranking factor for Google. Yeah, that's why people like to. They really want to get backlinks. That's a high commodity in SEO. But you don't want to get any kind of backlinks. you want to get backlinks from sites that you want to get them from that are relevant to your website. You also want to get links from websites that not just relevant to your website, they're authoritative, in their expertise.
Right.
You want to be legit. Make sure that they're getting real organic traffic. They're not a fake site, or they're not a site that doesn't have anything to do with your website or your business. So if you have a website about podcasting, right, you probably don't want to get a backlink from a website about bakery, like baking.
Unless you have spoken to the baker on your podcast, maybe.
Oh, okay, yeah, that okay. Then I could see that, yeah, yeah. So okay, so then that would make sense then, especially if they have like a little post that says, "Hey, check out our podcast we did with so and so," and then they link there. That would I would see that. That would be good, because Google can understand that where that link is coming from. That link is coming from, because when Google crawls your website, they click on every link that's on your website. So that's why, like I said, the internal linking is very important, because they click on it, and they click on all the links that go outside of your website. And so if you have a backlink, they'll click on that link and they'll go to that web page and they'll say, okay, what is this about? And then they'll click on those links. So the links that go, and so it just keeps going and going and going.
Right. So you can, in a sense, just have it circle back around to your website. Say I have somebody as a guest, and then I link to their website from my website, and they link from their site to mine, and my site to theirs, and it'll just be back and forth. So with that at that point, would it just be like it would just keep going in circles? Like would it stop or?
Google would just go back in time. The search engine would just it would just keep going round and around so fast. It would just hit the space time continuum. It just go back in time, and
It would create a time loop.
a wormhole just open up. I'm pretty sure that happened. I read that in an article. I think that's what happened. That's the goal in SEO. Is that
Okay, cool.
that is what we're all trying to do. No, I'm kidding.
I would imagine it would stop after a while because it would just otherwise it'd be like, oh man, like this is linked to each other so many times.
Plus, it's Google. I would think their algorithms are very intelligent to realize it's like, oh, I already went through this page. We already understand this, so there's no need. And so, I guess it would stop or take a lunch break. I don't know what it does. I don't know.
So if I have links to if I have links to other sites on my site and they have links to mine, would those two sites, not mine but the ones that I've linked to, um would Google associate them with each other at that point?
Oh yeah, yeah. I think if it happens, yeah, enough, they definitely will. Yeah, they definitely will. They'll understand, like, oh, these two sites kind of have like almost a relationship, or like, oh, they really know each other well. So yeah, I think it will. I think it might. Although, I mean, you could feel free to double check on that.
Would that be good or bad?
I think it depends. I think I think there is a point where if it does happen a lot, and by a lot, I think I mean just basically just a few times, I think Google might think like, oh, I think this is kind of suspicious here. It's like, hey, this is getting kind of suspicious. Why is it always linking to this other site? And even then, it would. And I think even if it is relevant to your website, it would still, try to. It probably might flag something in their in their crawlers and their algorithms where they're like, oh, this is kind of suspicious. They're going just back and forth, sites, especially if it's new links every time.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it might be a little suspicious, and I think especially if it doesn't have anything to do with your website. And so, like I mentioned, how backlinks is number one ranking factor, and a lot of websites, a lot of businesses that try to get backlinks, and what a lot of them do is they'll actually buy backlinks, but and some of them, like they'll just buy some, and it's like you didn't even buy a good one. It's like at least do some research. And if you're going to buy which you shouldn't, but if you are, it's like you might as well at least do some research and try to buy a good one. At least give yourself a chance. But yeah, a lot of businesses will buy backlinks, and there's websites and dedicated services that are dedicated to. That's all they do is just they provide your website with links, and they have like websites, and I'm sure they have a whole system that they do. Um,
That would be considered like black hat SEO.
yes, yes, it would. It would be considered. Yeah, I just say bad, bad. That's just bad SEO. Yeah, because there's there's white hat and black hat SEO, and I was like, whoa, what is that? And I was like, oh, just say good or bad. Like, why do you got? Yeah. But anyways, yeah, yeah, it's weird how we identify white with like good and then black with bad. I mean, I could understand that because someone told me, and this is getting off topic, and I'll get off of this in a little bit. But I remember someone said, I was like, oh, it's because white represents like the light, like daylight, and so ancient hominids are like, oh, white and daylight. Oh, yes, I can see everything. And then the night represents dark, like blackness, and that's when animals and stuff come out in that night. So that's why it's bad. I was like, oh, that's why. Oh, okay. Yeah, someone explained that to me. That's why usually, not just with, like black hat, white hat, SEO, just those labels. But then I was like, okay, but that was like a long time ago. Where like, that doesn't pertain to now. Like now we have flashlights, like street lights. It's like, I don't know, you heard about them, but yeah, it's called a light bulb. But anyways,
Dude, we live in Texas, man. I'm praying for the nighttime to come. I want the sun to go away. I don't care that I can't see.
yeah.
Even during the day, man, I'm closing the I'm closing the drapes, man. I'm turning off all the lights. I want it to be cold as possible in here.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Well, maybe except for the colder part, but yeah, me too. Yeah, I closed the blinds and everything. Yeah, and even my brother's like, man, why is it so dark in here? Even though it's not that dark, he's like, open up these blinds. I'm like, what? Like, dang.
You're gonna let in the sunlight.
Yeah, I'm like, sheesh. Yeah, and my car doesn't have window tint, but man, now I'm really considering. I'm like, maybe I should have some window tint. That may seem crazy, especially this heat. Yeah, matter of fact, when was that? I think it was 2 days ago. Yeah, today's what, Friday? Yeah, a couple of days ago, I went to the park to go run, and I put on some sunblock before I went. And man, I don't know, I can't tell, but I'm pretty sure the sunblock didn't work. I'm like, I don't know if the sunblock worked or not because I like my arm still looks a little tan, a little, like suntan. There's some redness on my arm, so I was like, I don't know if that was like from the shirt or because I wore some long sleeves as well. I was like, huh, is that from the sunblock or is that from the long sleeve I wore or something else? I don't know. But yeah, man, oh, dude, it was, man. I went out for a run, dude. Yeah, the heat, man, no joke. Ooh. that UV index, that is not a joke, man. They are serious when we say it's extreme. That UV is extreme. All right, you better go out there with caution, or bring or bring a partner with you or something.
It's the
Yeah, yeah.
holes in the ozone layer.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh man, yeah. Yeah, I'm out of shape, hence why I was going to run in the first place. So yeah, it was double brutal for me. Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine sweating isn't your enemy though if you're trying to get in shape.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
There's a gym right here close to where I live, and it's kind of outdoor, like it's a like a garage.
Oh really? Oh wow.
And yeah, I actually want to go check it out. I haven't been able to go, but they have like a kind of open air type uh vibe going
Oh
on.
really? Oh,
Like I kind of want to check that out. Yeah, because it's in the shade, but it's still kind of
shade.
the heat might still get you.
Yeah, I bet. Wait, there's no so wait, so it's not indoors?
I think they're it's like three walls.
Oh, oh, what? Oh, wow.
So it's kind of like it used to be a warehouse
Oh,
building.
okay.
Yeah, and they have like these big garage doors that they just keep open.
Oh, okay, okay. I see.
Yeah, so I think that's actually kind of trendy now. I see that a lot in a whole lot of new gyms that they have like the indoor, they have some outdoor stuff, and then they
Yeah,
have like the
yeah, I've seen that.
hybrid.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah, that's familiar. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah, though I'm not trying to be like completely outside, like right in the direct sunlight. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, yeah, I don't know about all that.
Yeah.
What's their? Do you know what their? No, no, like completely off topic. Do you know what their pricing plans are? So what's their pricing plans looking like? What's their studio? Any starter packages? What kind of programs they got there? What are they doing here?
Yeah, and I need to get the name of the gym. Like, hey, so and so, please sponsor me. I put in a good word to my three listeners.
Oh, nice. Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Hey, but I mean, it costs about $5,000 to get one new customer, so word of mouth is the best way.
yeah, yeah. That's what I've heard. Yeah, word of mouth is still probably like number one way of your business. Getting uh advertising. Plus, it's free. Yeah.
So, you got anything you want to plug, like your website, any services,
um,
anything?
no, not really. No, I'm still. Well, I'm working on some stuff, but it's like I'm still working on it. It's not ready to be like published or anything like that.
Any social media, anything?
Yeah, I'd have Instagram if it wasn't for Instagram. Um, and the reason why I don't have Instagram, it's not because I deleted or anything. It's because Instagram, like out of nowhere, just deletes my account for no reason. Like out of nowhere, it's just like just murks my account. I'm like, I try to sign in, and I'm like, what the heck? What's going on? One time, like one day I just go on Instagram, and I got to sign back in, and I'm just like, is somebody trying to like steal my like login or something? Like, why do I gotta sign in? And so I open up a new tab and go to the bookmarks and just go to Instagram right there. Um, and then I sign in and it just wouldn't let me sign in. It's just like, oh, it goes against the guidelines or something like that.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I had to appeal and everything. I had to appeal. Never heard back. Went again, emailed them and all that. Nothing. It's gone. Poof. Like for no reason. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. And so I'm still a little salty about it. That's why I haven't made a new one. Like immediately, like the next day, did not make a new one because I was like, well, then screw you then. Like, dang it, what the heck? And so I was a little mad, but who am I kidding? I'm most likely gonna make another one. But yeah, I was gonna make some for the website that I have and for like SEO stuff, but um, I don't know if I can. Like how many accounts can you make?
Oh, you can make as many as you want.
But with the same email though, that's what I don't know.
Actually, yeah, on Instagram,
Yeah.
on mine, it just lets you create a new account, and it's like, would you like to use the same credentials to sign in? It's like, yeah, and then once you're signed in, you can switch between accounts.
Oh wow. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know that there's a limit, but I have like five.
Really, 5?
Yeah.
Oh snap! Well, just let me borrow one then. No.
I got one. I got one that I never did anything with. I just wanted the name.
Oh, the handle, the Instagram handle.
Yeah, I just wanted the handle, but I don't even like it anymore, so I'm gonna just delete it.
Oh really? Oh wow.
Yeah, it was when I
Dang.
was trying to start up my record label.
Oh really?
Yeah, but I don't like the name anymore, so I'm gonna go with something else.
What are you gonna do with that one? You
Nothing.
use it as a burner account or something?
Maybe, but
That's what I would do. I'd just use it as a burner account, or just have one just for like one topic or something, or like two topics or something. That's what I do with my YouTube. My YouTube, I have a well, I mean, I have the YouTube channel, well, it's just the one like the default one that you use to sign into Google,
hmm
that one, and then because so that one you can create like other channels, like other accounts, and so I did that with
yeah.
mine where I used one just for like it has nothing but just SEO stuff on it. Basically, it's just nothing but SEO stuff and Google stuff like Google Analytics and Google Data Studio and all that other stuff. Search console and all that. So that way I just separate it from my personal one. I try to do that with Twitter though. With Twitter I have two, but then I think I tried to do one and it was just like oh no, it wouldn't let me go.
How long have we been on, man? I don't even know when I started recording.
All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of That's Not Funny, David. I got my co-host right here. No, I'm just kidding.
We need to start that up though.
All right.
My friend David is just one of those people who I could just go on and on with. I tried to keep it on topic and respectful of your time, but I enjoy the banter as well. So I left some of that in there. And you're just a trooper for hanging on till the end. Again, let me know what you think of the show. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Will you be tuning in for episode 2? I hope so. Even if you thought this topic was kind of boring and you wanted to skip it, that's okay. I plan on bringing on different types of people in the future. It's not just going to be search engine optimization. And I know, some people really love the topic, but that's just one part of what it is we do, whatever it is that may be for you. So I appreciate it. You're an OG for sticking to the end. I'll see you next time.